I hope you are all well, and it's good to be back with you on Live at 5. Of course, I haven't quite got my camera set up well, but I think you can see me. I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit. Yeah, that's better. At least you can see me and my top of my head's not being cut off, I don't think. So I hope you're all good and that you've had a great week. And of course, now I am back from the Jubilee. I know I did do a live at 5 yesterday, but I was only able to do it on one platform. So now I'm back with all of you. And the great news coming back from the Jubilee is that Tupperware is safe. So all those people that were wondering, is Tupperware shutting down? No, it's not. Is Tupperware going out of business? No, it's not. Is Tupperware going to file for bankruptcy? No, it isn't. So what that means is, for me, even though I was still doing everything, I was still doing business as usual, it does give me more confidence so that I can do that business as usual. So, when you've been away for some time, you're not quite sure what's left in the fridge. And unfortunately, some of the things I left are not as, I guess, as good as I would like them to be. And some of them have been used up, which is always good. And I don't have any potatoes or onions. So for me, I'm like, oops, what am I going to do? So I decided that what I would do is do some pasta. I've got tomatoes. I'm going to make a fresh tomato sauce using tomatoes and basil and Italian seasoning. And of course, I do have some cheese. So we're going to do a sort of pasta bake, just more vegetarian. And I've got broccoli. So I looked that up and I found that there was, except that it didn't print properly, a pasta bake with broccoli and tomatoes. So that's basically what I'm going to do today. And then tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll get myself more organized when we get some more groceries. But thanks to Alan, at least we have some of these groceries because he did stock us up with broccoli and some other things. So I'm very grateful to him for that. So good afternoon, Cindy and Susan. Good to see you this afternoon. Let me put out the jam jar so that we have that available so that you can, when you next write a message, you'll hop into there. So actually, the first thing I'm going to do is put some pasta in the microwave to cook. So I need my pasta cooker. And I'm going to get some pasta. So that will be enough. And I'm going to fill up. So I basically put in enough pasta for about 4 people. That's okay. We'll probably eat it for lunch tomorrow. So yesterday I made the most amazing pork dish. I was really happy with it. Let me put this water in. Let me get this in. Then I'll come back and chat to you. Okay, so the only thing that I'm going to add to this water is some salt. Put this into the microwave. And of course, when you're using your pasta cooker, you never put the lid on. You only put the lid on at the end when you want to drain your pasta, and you make sure that you put it on so that the arrow is pointing to the little holes at the end of your pasta cooker. Okay, so that's cooking. So now I need a chopping board and a knife. Okay, and I'll get a little bit of olive oil. Okay, so I have got here 3 tomatoes, which are on their way out, like they're not going to last for much longer. So I'm going to cut these into quarters, and I'm going to use these, actually this one's pretty good, to make, okay, so this one is looking a bit sad. But what I did actually was I just washed them, and inside they look fine. So I'm just going to cut out the middle of that one. And put that in there. So I'm going to have a nice fresh tomato sauce, and that tomato actually looks perfect. It's amazing because when I looked in the container, because as you know, I keep my tomatoes in the pantry, and when I looked in the container, it looked like there was some, how can I say, beard in there. It looked like really not very nice. And I said, okay, it's just external. So I'm going to wash it, see what the tomatoes look like underneath. And it comes, I think, from when you leave your, because I buy tomatoes from the vine, and when you leave them in your container in the pantry, it's actually the leaves and the vine, they sort of grow a little bit of furry stuff. So if you take those out, but I don't want to take them out because I like them to stay, that way for as long as possible. But because I was away for 6 days, I've had plenty of time to to develop the beard. But now they look good, and I have no worries using them. I hear Killian. Yes, I think you're probably right. You know what I'm going to give him, Wendy? He loves tomatoes, so I'm going to get out my little tomatoes. So these ones also have been in here for over a week, and actually they look perfect. But I do know that Killian loves tomatoes. So there you go, Mr. Killian. He can eat on what have you got on your face? Okay, I need the top to this. So it's really funny when you've been away, you come back and you're just trying to find everything, and it's not that anything is out of place. It's just that you sort of forget what your routine is. I think part of it is you don't want to remember, right? You actually like the feeling of being on holiday. Okay, so let's cut these down. Of course, I've overloaded it. That's okay. It will coat. There we go. And they're very juicy. Can you see the juice coming out of the side? Okay. So that's really juicy tomatoes. So let's just wipe around here. Okay, so I'm gonna add in some basil. Now I could use the basil from outside, except it's pouring with rain. So I'm not gonna go out there and get it. What a strange summer this has been, eh? It's sort of raining a lot, and then you have beautiful sunny days. And put some of this in. Ooh, it's gone up my nose. And I have some sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm gonna add those in as well. Some of them anyway. Okay, so let's mix this all up together. Okay, so that is looking good. And what I'm going to do with this, oh, I thought that was my microwave. I thought, no, it can't be done. It's my washing machine. What I'm going to do with this is just cook it for a few minutes by itself when the pasta's cooked, so that then I can mix the two together. Now, I also need some cheese. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna have a mix of cheeses today. Definitely have to go shopping tomorrow. I must say it is really, really nice to be home. I mean, it's nice being away, but you do, you like, I mean, I enjoy the home comforts of being home. I enjoy seeing Killian because obviously, you know, you can't take your dog with you. And I think he was pretty pleased to see me back. Okay, I need a bowl. And what else do we need, Mr. Killian? Oh, look, here's another piece of tomato for you. And I need my plunger. Okay, so last week, some of the great things that we heard about at Jubilee and going to come to you are things like this. For example, we heard that 50 products that are in the current catalog are going to have reduced prices. Okay, for me, that's always good news when we have reduced prices. Okay, so I've got some Jarlsberg here, which I'm going to use. So we're going to have mixed cheeses today. So that was one piece of good news. The other piece of good news was that we got some quite different colors in our products. So, you know, we've had an era of clear products with a little bit of color on the lid. And now some of those have been swapped for, how can I say? I think what they described it at the conference was, you know how the colors in the the 50s came around with all the Cervelia containers and the pastel colors. And now we're now coming out with the colors that are more similar to the 60s and the 70s, because fashion comes round time and time again. So that was quite interesting. So we have some of those. We have some brand new products, which is good. And in fact, in the sales incentive, so when you join Tupperware, one of the great things that happens is that you get some of the new products in advance. So what they do is they give us challenges, and the rewards for the challenges are often new products. And this session for August, September, October, we have quite a few challenges where we're going to get new products that are not yet in the catalog. So for me, that's really exciting. So for any of you that have seen some of the new things that are out at the moment, is there anything that you've said, oh yeah, I really want to get some of those? I would love to know what you think. And I guess what is great for me as a Tupperware consultant is knowing that Tupperware continue to be innovative. They continue to bring new ideas out, new products, new colors. And for me, that is always reassuring, because if Tupperware is still doing that, then of course, even though they've said, okay, financially everything's good, it's good when they back that up with real things that you can see. You like the Ultra Pro round? Yes, and that's a really good thing, Wendy. So just in case you don't know what we're talking about, everybody, Tupperware have introduced this beautiful Ultra Pro round, which I know everybody's always jealous of when I use it, is coming in their new catalog. It's a 1.5 liter. It's absolutely brilliant for any of you that just have 2 or 3 people in your household. It's plenty big enough, and I use this one all the time for Alan and me. So I agree with you, Wendy. That is one of the great new products. And of course, as a consultant, everybody gets an extra 25% off all of the new products. Okay, so that's my that is my cheese done. As you can see, very easy to do that. And in fact, in the brochure at the moment, guys, there is a the Fusion Master, which is the part of Tupperware's Master Chef series that can mince meat. But what is great about it is you get the Fusion Master and the base for the same price, or I think it's about $4 difference price for just buying the Fusion Master by itself. So you're sort of getting the base almost for free. So if you haven't started your collection yet, it's a great way to get started. And also the spiralizer, which is part of that group, that is also available. And in fact, I must do some spiralizing recipes soon. Yeah, it appears that a lot of the girls coming back from Jubilee are testing positive for COVID. I feel absolutely fine. I am not COVID positive. I'm just getting the sneezes because it's that time of year when I think the ragweed starts to come out. But there do seem to be a lot of the girls that are saying that they've come back with COVID. And this, of course, is always the trouble when you travel to the US. Okay, so I've got my broccoli, and I'm going to cut up some pieces. It's going a little bit yellow, but that's because it didn't get into a fridge mat fast enough, which was totally my fault. It was on the counter yesterday, and I forgot to put it away. But I don't know how long it had been there before. I don't think very long. And so it didn't have a chance. So that's why I want to use it up now while it's still okay. And Killian says, Mom, you're doing broccoli. Are you going to give me any? Okay, off he goes now. Take it to his secret place so nobody can get it from him. So this recipe calls for broccoli, but what I'm going to do with my broccoli is I'm going to steam it separately in my breakfast maker, and then I'll mix it into the pasta and tomato at the end, because I don't want it to go all soggy. He's definitely happy. Wendy's definitely happy. He's just gone running off with his broccoli. So that's good. Okay, so when you are making pasta, what are the most common things that you use to eat with your pasta? What are the things that you like to make when you use pasta? Are you a spaghetti person? Do you like the pennes, which is what I'm using today? Just going to take a couple of these little bits of broccoli off because they don't look so good. How do you like to do your pasta? And let's put this into a breakfast maker. Okay, I think everything else is good. So here you go, Kelly. So we can put our broccoli in here. Do you like cream sauce with your broccoli, tomato sauce? You're making a Greek pasta salad. That sounds interesting, Cindy. I don't think I've come across a Greek pasta salad. It sounds really interesting, though. I'm guessing that it probably has lemon dressing or something with it, does it? One pan dish of chicken, pasta, and vegetables. Yep, I love that too, Wendy. That's really nice. So you see, I got that whole broccoli, just about the whole broccoli, cut up to go into my dish. There's a little bit left here. Let's go and see how the pasta is doing. And what I'll do is I'll put the sauce in a vent and serve just to heat up for a couple of minutes. And I'm going to add a little bit of brown sugar in with the tomatoes. It just takes out the acid of it. So we'll just use a vent and serve to heat this up. Smells good. The sun-dried tomatoes make a difference. And we'll just put half a teaspoon of brown sugar in here. And of course, when you use vent and serves, you always put the vent up when you're using it in the microwave. So I'm going to get the pasta out and I'll put this in just for 2 minutes. My glasses were so steamed up, I couldn't get it out. So I put my oven on, and I will just check that these are cooked enough. They look like they are, but I'll always check because nothing worse than pasta that's not soft enough. They're good. You made an apple crumble in your breakfast. It is amazing, isn't it? Every time I do a crumble in my breakfast maker, or actually most things in my breakfast maker, I'm always like, hey, that really worked. It was really good. Let me just drain this, guys. Okay, so that is that. I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil on here. Mix that up. And maybe I'll see whether it will go in my round. I think it will. I just tried to drain the pasta from the wrong end, right? So even me who knows what to do. And then when I switched it to the other end, it worked so much better. Okay, so there's, as you can see, that fits nicely in there. I'm going to get my tomato sauce, mix it in. I'm going to mix in my cheese. I've got my broccoli here. Did I get a lid out? Oh yeah, I did. So I shall put that in to heat up as well. And actually this is good timing because I have a meeting at 6 o'clock tonight. So I might be actually able to eat this before the meeting. So here's my sauce blended, and I'm just going to pour this onto here. So it's very fresh tomato sauce. So of course at Tupperware we are so lucky to have lots and lots of great products that we can use to really help us in the kitchen. And I know that I didn't cook for a long time. And when I came to Tupperware and I realized that part of not cooking is to do with the fact that you don't have the right tools, it was actually really enlightening. So now that I have the right tools, so I'm just going to put this cheese in, and then we'll put the rest of the cheese on the top. So I'm just going to work this through here. There's quite a lot of liquid here, which is good. It means that the pasta won't dry up while it's in the oven. And we should have a nice flavor to this. So there's that. Now I'm just going to sprinkle some cheese on the top of here. You can never have too much cheese, although maybe this time I have too much cheese. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll save the rest of that cheese for a salad tomorrow. So there we go. Very fast, very easy. I'm going to pop this into the oven right now. And I'm going to cook it for 25 minutes, which means I won't have enough time to eat it. It'll be ready for Alan to eat, and then I'll have some later. So that's it from me this evening. I will be cooking my broccoli for 2.5 minutes at 80% in the microwave. I don't add any water. The only vegetable that I add water to when I'm cooking in the breakfast maker is carrots, because I find otherwise my carrots, they tend to dry a little. So with a little bit of water, they stay very firm and fresh. So if you haven't joined my VIP group yet, I would love for you to join. The link is in the discussion above. There are some posters in there at the moment from sales that I did yesterday, which you're very welcome to participate in. And should you have not joined Tupperware yet, it's very exciting because for just $30, you are able to get a large impressions bowl with the serving forks, plus 5 catalogs, plus 3 full months with the pro version of our Tupperware website, which means that you have a great opportunity to see everything that's available, and we would love to welcome you there. Good evening, Ingrid. Good to see you. So I am going to do a draw this evening. So let's do a draw. And what am I going to do draws for? I think, I'm going to get Wendy to remind me of this. But Wendy, I think I'm going to go back to the $100 for 40 here as well, so I don't get too confused. So should you win the draw, you are eligible for a $100 surprise bag for only $40, but you must claim it from me. I won't remember to give it to you. So who is going to be our winner today? Let's pick a winner. And the winner is Wendy. So there you go, Wendy. You have an option to claim that if you would like to. So thank you everybody for being here, and don't forget there are so many great reasons to be part of Tupperware at the moment, not least of which is at practically every level there are some very extra special challenges going on at the moment. So if you're a challenge person, it might be time to join Tupperware. So that's it from me. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.